Hello everybody, welcome back to Diecast Driven. Today we're going to be taking a look at Jeff Gordon's 2015 Axalta Chicagoland Speedway Chase for the Cup Race Number 1 124 scale RCCA Elite Diecast. So as you can see, we have the primary Axalta paint scheme adorned with the Chase for the Sprint Cup Contender 12 markings all over the car. I actually went back and rewatched a lot of this race just to kind of refresh my memory, because when I was looking up the stats, it said that Gordon led 41 laps and finished 14th. So I was wondering how that happened. It was the classic case of debris with 10 laps to go. They didn't show it on the broadcast where the debris was on the track, so I don't know if it was actually debris or if it was NASCAR pulling their shenanigans back then like they did to spice up the end of the race, because Kurt Busch was kind of running away with it. And it would have been a really cool win for the 41 team. They were out front. They themselves led 37 laps. Gordon led 41. Martin Truex Jr. led 39. Kyle Busch led 121. So you had different lap leaders throughout the day. So it was a pretty even race from that aspect, and it kind of ebbed and flowed, which was really cool. And that was kind of the old history of NASCAR races, is if there wasn't one dominant car, you would have multiple cars up front running for the lead and taking it back and forth and swapping it and leading laps, and that was the sign of a good race. And by all metrics, watching this race back, it was a pretty good one as well. There was a little bit of controversy on restarts, and NASCAR kind of put themselves in their own box by making the restart zone and all that kind of stuff. But Gordon ran pretty much top 5 all day. He had one of the best cars in the field, and of course it came down to a late race restart where they stayed out, didn't take tires. Everybody behind them took tires. Hamlin took him 3 wide on the restart, and it was over from that point forward. So enough about the race. It was just another one of those disappointing ways to end a race. The older I get, the less I like restarts, and I wish they would kind of just go back to the single file restarts, because the double file creates a lot of chaos and it doesn't always give the deserved driver the checkered flag. And in this case, Hamlin, he ran top 10 most of the day, but didn't have a car that could have won, like the 24 or the 41 or the 18 specifically. But he led the last 6 laps or whatever to win the race, just because he had a really good restart. So about the car, this one specifically, I remember sending pictures to Lionel when Hendrick Motorsports tweeted out the sponsor that would be on the back of the car, because Lionel had made the Axalta paint schemes throughout the year, but this one was different because it had the Car Care Collision Center on the TV panel and on the roof, and obviously it had all the chase markings on it as well. So I really wanted to get this diecast made, and so I remember for some reason sending multiple pictures of the real car to Lionel saying, hey, you got to replicate this, you got to make this, because again, it was Jeff Gordon's last year, and I wanted all of the diecast made as possible. So this one is, again, yes, from Lionel. It's an RCCA Elite diecast on the tethered and highly detailed chassis. It's a beautiful car. I love the metal flake and the Axalta paint schemes. I don't think we talked about that yet, but all of these black Axalta paint schemes with the flames from 2014 and 15 had the metal flake in the paint, and it looks fantastic. I actually made a couple customs and I had to get the paint color matched. It was really cool. But overall, this was one of my favorite paint schemes of Jeff Gordon all time, was this black Axalta with the orange and yellow flames. It stood out on track. It was really cool to have the big white A Axalta on the hood, because it stuck out against the black metal flake background, and then you had obviously the orange and yellow all over the car. So one of my favorite underrated paint schemes of the 24 throughout his career. I get a certain sense of nostalgia for this car because he won at Michigan when I saw it in person in 2014, but we'll get to that car later. Today's video is about the Chicagoland car. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good weekend. Bye, everyone.